I've really enjoyed sharing the backstory behind so many of our favorite brands. Many of these companies have deep roots going back multiple generations. Some like to dismiss these traditional companies as corporate giants in favor of indies, but that would be an incorrect assessment. While they may vary in size and scale, in comparison to other industries, these companies are all small, family run enterprises that create good jobs in their communities and make a major impact for their size. These companies and mills form the foundation our entire industry depends on, and without them, the future of this craft would be quite bleak. When one of these companies fails, such as with Classic Elite, it is heartbreaking and alarming. Everyone's success depends on the continuation of these larger firms. Without them, we're all in trouble. I saved one of my favorite profiles for last with a look at an American company, Berroco Yarns. The history of this company goes back to the early days of our country and is currently operated by the sixth generation of the Wheelock family. In the early 1800s, Warren Wheelock's great-great-great-grandfather joined the Daniel Day Mill in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. It was one of the first woolen mills in the United States to produce woolen cloth. In 1905, Stanley Wheelock established the Stanley Woolen Mills, and in 1968, created a hand-knitting subsidiary called Stanley Berroco. The Berroco name is a combination of the last names of two sales agents, Burglass and Rosenberg, with a co added at the end for company. In 1987, the brand was reestablished as a separate company by Warren and Caroline Wheelock, and today is one of the largest importers and wholesalers of hand knitting yarns and patterns in the United States and Canada. Now located just a few miles down the road from the original mill in a former Tupperware factory, the company still operates from the Blackstone Valley, where so much of both the company and our country's history originates. The original Stanley Woolen Mill structure still exists as the centerpiece of the Central Woolen Mills District, significant for its importance to the earliest beginnings of the American Industrial Revolution. The district is on the National Register of Historic Places. Berroco also has a Hollywood connection. Many of you will remember the iconic movie Love Story. Younger people may not, but you really need to watch it. There was a sequel, Oliver's Story, that centered around his fictional family business, Barrett Mills. They filmed several scenes at the Stanley Woolen Mill, and Warren, his relatives, and many mill workers got to hang out with Ryan O'Neal and Ray Milland as extras on the set. Pretty cool. Now I just need to go and watch Oliver's Story again and see if I can spot Warren in the background. Berroco is truly an American brand. Sadly, the family tradition will eventually come to an end, and that future generations of Wheelocks are not interested in continuing the family legacy. Recently, Warren announced that he had sold the company to a larger American company, but he and Caroline will continue to run the day-to-day operations, so nothing is changing. I call it their retirement plan, and I'm glad to know the company will continue when they do finally decide to retire. Pop in just about any yarn shop, and you will find Berroco yarns on the shelf. There is a reason for this. Their yarns are great, reasonably priced, and they always have outstanding designs to boot. The company is a delight to work with and are able to ship product like no one else. If every company were run by Berroco, my job would be a whole lot easier. Let's take a look at some of our favorite Berroco yarns. Topaz is new this season. This worsted weight single ply yarn has a thick and thin texture with long color changes. The colors really show off in this entrelac merit shawl from Berroco's design director, Amy Christophers. Tiramisu combines kid mohair with silk and wool for a self-striping worsted weight yarn with a beautiful halo. It shows off well with this asymmetric boomerang shawl. This is Boom from Plays with Fiber, and it only takes 3 skeins of tiramisu. We just love the sesame yarns. The original sesame is a colorful, flecked, self-striping blend of wool and cotton with a wonderful color and texture. Carob is an asymmetric shawl with a simple lace pattern. And sesame crochets beautifully too. Rue is a crochet wrap constructed with circular medallions that are joined as you work. Both of these are from Berroco's design team. Everybody loves sesame so much that Berroco introduced summer sesame last year. A bit lighter weight, the summer variation works up just as beautifully as sesame. Etta is a summer top, worked from the top down with just a bit of lace detail on the yoke. And this is also from Berroco's design team. Moki is a super lightweight blend of baby alpaca and merino, spun in a chainette construction with subtle specks of color. While it is considered a heavy worsted weight, there is nothing heavy about this yarn. This grace-filled pullover features lace and bobble design, and this is from Berroco's design director, Amy Christophers. Berroco also throws a few hand-dyed yarns in the mix. Artesia is a hand-dyed blend of alpaca and Super Kid mohair. It is really soft and works up as a chunky yarn. Claremore is a simple cardigan, worked from the top down, has a touch of lace detail in the yoke, and this is from Berroco's design team. But I thought it'd be fun to combine Moki and Artesia together and reimagine Mom's flip coat design with these two yarns in mind. I think it turned out great. You can wear it as a long coat with a narrow collar, or, this is what's fun, totally change the style and flip it over. My sleeves in here. And then you can wear it as a wide coat, a short coat that has a fun wide collar. Pretty cool, huh? One of our very favorite Berroco yarns is Medina. While technically a summer yarn, Medina sells year-round. Andrea Mowry's Nightshade is perfect for this yarn. Medina gives it drape and makes for a lighter weight shawl. Berroco is always popping colors in and out of the shade range, and many of the colors we used are no longer available, but you can honestly pick any 6 shades of Medina and it will still turn out just as gorgeous. We wanted to share a bit of Berroco love and have a really nice prize to give away to one lucky viewer today. We have 3 skeins of Moki to make the Nicolette shawl, plus the pattern book for Moki. We also have 2 yarn tasting packs with sample mini skeins of Berroco yarns for this past fall and the upcoming spring-summer season. To get your name in the hat for the drawing, leave a comment on today's blog post at news.swagknit.com. We want to know what's your favorite Berroco yarn. If you haven't used a Berroco yarn before, I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but tell us which one you like to use the most. You have until 8 a.m. tomorrow.